We're putting the pedal to the metal. Will Uncle Scotch get first or crash trying? This week on Project Sullivan. All that and more on this week's episode of Project Sullivan.
So we'll be racing here in a few weeks. We could take a GoPro with us or whatever not. We definitely need to make a new mount for the pier stock.
Well, I have that mount sitting at the house. If we pop
one,
rivet that
pop
thing
rivet
on.
in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way if you guys can't make it, at least we could get some work done.
Now.
That way we can't lose the camera
Or
like we did
if
on
you
the
make
track
it-
day. That linkage looks weird.
It's backwards.
Look.
Mark this part.
Those are C's.
I never
Gogo.
take it apart.
You know how to do it, Dad, is you use fire. And if that doesn't work, use more fire.
You know what C stands for, right? See, I could have tried harder.
I probably could have.
Instead of Gogo, C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
Oh, okay.
I had a lot of Z's because I slept a lot.
Did you test the accelerator pump with the blow test?
No, we're just going to put it on and run it and see what the fuck it does.
I believe it.
And that's how we end up in the pit after the first heat.
Then we throw on another carburetor.
Do the screw around and find out.
Yeah.
When in doubt, get another part out.
I didn't want to pull them.
That was my
suckers out
fault.
To start with.
I'll take blame for that. I didn't take it apart, so I tried to put it back together.
I never pull them bug plugs off.
Okay. Got to do this without stripping it.
Yeah, that E-clip.
We didn't ever have one. And they didn't have one on there.
Oh, really?
We got to get one.
Where's the baling wire?
Well, but we still put it together. It's going to come off. We'll put an E-clip on that. But
Yeah, it was just sitting there.
Do you have some?
No.
no.
You got a piece of baling wire?
No.
How do you not have any
Maybe.
baling wire? What kind of shop has no baling wire?
We used it all.
Not that small. You need mechanics wire for that small.
There's the number. We're going to put the number down, the dot up.
They do loosen up.
Where's your Loctite? Put the red Loctite. That'll fix it.
Well, we didn't even know what happened. These were in his dad's garage.
For the last 26 years. We used to have a a Rochester 2-barrel on this car with this adapter plate. Now we're going to get rid of the adapter plate. Well, here in a minute, I got to put a different adapter plate.
Oh, now it stops.
What?
I said we got our own steel drums and then the door stops making noise. We need a standard 13 millimeter wrench.
I need a magnet. Or no, I might have Oh, shit. I still need a magnet. On the floor. Keep going. Hold on. You're leaking fuel over here. Big time.
I ain't leaking nothing.
Like, big time.
Actually, I think that may have helped tighten that one too.
I just tightened the shit out of it.
We're just trying to lubricate the gaskets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I tightened it.
I still see leaks. This whole thing is leaking like a sieve. It's gonna have to be gone through and retightened, everything. The accelerator pump's leaking on from the bottom screws. It's pouring fuel out right here. Not today, Sam. It's pouring fuel out like crazy. You have to go through and double check all the screws. What the fuck? Hold on.
Day 2.
So, looks like we got to put a carburetor on. We got to remove our plate because we got bigger bolts for it. And that way we can actually put the carburetor on properly. And we'll see if it doesn't leak this time. Uncle Scotty has tightened it up. Or at least he assures me he has tightened it up. And we'll see if it leaks this time. Wrong. If we put that there, see the hole doesn't line up, but if we do that.
So I need to flip it around.
Yep.
Well, even if you do. Is there nuts on that side?
Ah, nuts. No. Oh, yes. There's one. We're putting the nuts on so when we take the adapter plate off, the bolts don't fall into the engine. Got it.
Because then we gotta pull more. Right here.
I'm gonna
put front right here.
No.
Or back.
Yep, that way it's hidden. I'm gonna put hindsight is 2020. In my best handwriting, I wrote back, take the bolts out, that way we don't drop nothing in the engine. Or this turns into a lot more funner experience. Or a lot funner experience if I can English today. Just put these in hand tight real quick. I only put those on hand tight so we can get all the holes lined up with the gasket and have some playroom to work with to get it in. Now let's just lightly snug this down with our giant impact. I don't know if we're supposed to, but I use the star pattern because it's best to just do that on everything. It's back.
Here I'm just double checking all the screws on the bowl gasket. And we have a 50cc accelerator pump. Making sure they're tight, that way we don't have no problems with it leaking.
Again.
I checked them the other day to retighten them whenever we took it off, but I want to double check them because gaskets shrink whenever they get pressure put on them. Just make sure they're good to go.
Oh, I'm glad you installed that table. You want to drop your nut, lose it forever. Oh, I'm gonna miss that nut.
So what you do is you push on the...
Use the washer to create friction.
Yep. Otherwise, you could always put something in the bottom of this to push the bolt up.
In some locations. Got it. Good thing I got my fishing license. I needed it.
Did you already tighten those?
I just snugged them with the other deal. While he's doing that, let me just slide that bad boy on. Luckily, there's a screwdriver right here. That screwdriver's horrible. Luckily, there's another screwdriver here.
So Gilbert, Sullivan Racing is gearing up for March 25th. Their first night out at Vado Speedway Park. Are you kind of excited about that? I mean, I am. We've done a few little modifications of this car, get it going. We just got to do an oil change and a few little other adjustments. Hopefully they all work out and do us a little favor. We are looking for a different transmission, so hopefully we find that. I won't find it in time, but hopefully within the first few weeks I can put a different transmission to change the gearing in this car.
Why don't you just change the differential gear?
Because it's a 10-bolt rear end, and it's a lot harder to change than just a transmission. A transmission I could do in a couple hours. And my gears are welded in the rear end, so we can put this on here. Put it to the top one, right?
Yeah, but that's also where we connect the throttle, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that ain't gonna work.
Oh, look, right here. What about this? That's an already cut hose.
Oh, look, it's even braided. Hell yeah. Here, mira.
Make it a little longer. There you go.
Orchale.
Yeah, horchata. I heard that. Oh, fart matches. If anyone's curious, if you fart, you light a match. Remember, turn, don't burn. All right, let's see if this works.
Wrong size.
Well, it's a little bit small, but I feel like if I can force this side on, I can make the other
Let's
side
spit
go.
on it. Put some daddy juice.
Get it all lubed up. All right, that side's on. Then we'll just throw that on there. There you go, because that's how you want that to work. Return of the spring. Need a little more?
Not yet. I might later. I just gotta make it stronger. That's why I have both of them. Might have to bend that out a little bit, the top of that. Did you tighten that hose clamp?
Yeah.
So let's leave that there. Move that marker.
I'm not seeing nothing back here. There we go.
Hold on, before we do this, let's open this door.
Oh, you don't want to die of asphyxiation? It's just a little asphyxiation. I'm feeling exhausted.
Stay asleep.
We got some tire duty. It's 1 in the morning, Tuesday night, or I guess Wednesday morning. We race Saturday, so I gotta get some tires done. I work all week. So we just dismounted one tire and put another tire on. We're going with a little taller tire in the rear, try to gain some more RPM. These tires are easy to mount and dismount. This is a spare rim to my super truck. So I'm going to put a tire that I could use on my super truck on this, just for a backup for this next weekend. Opening night at Vado Speedway Park. See if we could hang with the top dogs. Really about some of these race tires, especially if they're still pliable. They're usually pretty easy to change out. And then we'll, this time we melt from the back side. Put a little bit of lubrication on this, not much. That should go on fairly easy. Usually what I'll do is I'll use my little air compressor here. That's why. Any catch?
Ready, Scott? I saw this and I had to check it out though. You can see the electric motor in the back there.
Originally, it was a trophy car, is what they were considered. Junior 1 or Junior 2, depending on the size of the motor that came with it. So like I said, we're actually converting it to a 10,000 watt motor. So it makes equivalent about 13.5 horsepower is what we're getting out of it.
10,000 watts, a lot of watts.
10,000 watts. So it's a 72 volt system. The controller I'm using, it's all programmable. So if you have your kid that's 5 years old in there, you can go in and pretty much tune it and limit how fast the RPM, how fast the motor's spinning. So instead of having to go out and buy a dirt bike, and it's kind of how they grow with it, you know, you can buy one vehicle and you have the limits to limit the RPM range and how much power you're actually sending to the motor. So it's kind of like a safety feature that it has. With me in it, weigh 220 pounds, straightaways I can get up to about 45 miles an hour. So putting
That's
around,
pretty good.
Yeah, putting around in the desert with a couple whoops and stuff, you maintain about 35, and that's with 220 pound guy in there, you know. So like I said, we're trying to cater to the kids, and I mean, like I said, put your 100-pound kid in there, and it'll move.
Now, be honest, how much did you order off of AliExpress?
Off of AliExpress,
or Alibaba, or either one?
So no, we didn't. We haven't yet, because it's the first one. It's the first prototype. We're just trying to prove the concept of it before.
So it was expensive to build this then.
So it was kind of expensive. I had the chassis and the body already. If it does work, like I said, we just want to get to testing to prove the concept behind it.
Are you guys racing tonight? What place do you think you're going to come in?
Hang on. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
What place do you think you're gonna come in?
Oh, I have no idea. This is my first time ever driving this car.
Well, let's see what kind. What do you want to hit?
For the main, top 5 would be amazing.
Okay, top 5. We'll see. Have a good day. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
What place do you think you're gonna get, Scott?
We start tonight outside pole, second place. We're hoping to stay up front, either first or second. That'll set us up good for the main event.
Okay, so you're gonna try for what? What place are you gonna get in the heat?
We're moving up one spot, and we're gonna just drive away.
First place in the heat. Let's see it.
With Scott Sullivan on the outside of row number 1 out of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico in the 20S car.
Green flag out of 4. The number 28, 20S with the early lead going into 1.
20S looking comfortable out of turn 2. Out of turn 3, Scott Sullivan coming on the front straight. Number 1, we have Scott Sullivan in first place.
Scott Sullivan still our leader from lap number 1.
Scott Sullivan leading clearly in the first place. Coming into turn 4.
3 to go this time by. Sullivan still our
tonight. They are racing. They are not slipping and sliding. Looks nice and racy as described to us earlier by one of the drivers.
Heat race 3 of the S8 Automotive Pure Stock in the book. In third, the 48 of Kristen Denman. Second place is going to be the 28 of Jimmy Marta. And let him hear it, race fans, the number 20S in dominating fashion, Scott Sullivan.
If you've been watching this long, you might as well hit subscribe.
And remember, don't wait for opportunity, create it.
I'm Gogo.
And I'm Gilbert.
Tune in next week.